The entire world is agog as the continued exercise of the self-referendum conducted by the Biafran government in exile continues for the second day. It has been an exciting moment, honestly, just to say the least, across the nations of the earth. Igbo indigenes and not just Igbos, the front Biafrans of ethnic nationalities that makes up Biafrans are complying with, of course, excitement and enthusiasm over the renewed hope for the independent state of Biafra across the nations of the earth. This is coming, of course, just barely one day down the line. There have been so many reports across the globe that people are complying because of their belief in the restoration of the Biafran state, and of course, the imminent exodus from the Nigerian state. Of course, according to Simon Ekpa's Twitter handle, there have been compliance, and people from different supposed 40 states of the Biafrans, United States of Biafra, are complying to this directive given by the government of Biafra in exile, ably led by Simon Ekpa, of course, who is the acclaimed prime minister of the Biafran government. And to this note, we bring you, of course, the brave happenings and the response of people regarding this. Some are declaring, of course, their loyalty to Simon Ekpa by indicating that they have voted yes for the restoration of Biafran state. And we may want to know what are your reactions and, of course, intrigues and disappointment over these issues. Are you happy with the development? What are your expectations as we go into the second day of the Biafran restoration self-referendum? And this is quite interesting. Having made some research regarding reasons why, of course, such exercises was conducted, I found out, I get to find out there are some reasons why, based on the explanations of the people of Biafra, the reasons why they want to exit Nigeria. This is read thoughts in the websites published by the Prime Minister of Biafra in exile. It reads thoughts: as a Biafran citizen, you have the right to freely choose your sovereignty. We have collectively agreed in principle, backed by our more than 2.5 years weekly Monday sit at home and civil disobedience and the numerous elections we have, of course, boycotted, including the Anambra State gubernatorial election in November 2021, the Imo State gubernatorial election in November 2023, and Nigerian general election of February 23, in which about 24 million voters were registered in the Biafran region of Southeast and South-South Nigeria, but only about 4 million voters participated. By inference, that means over 20 millions participated in obedience to the sit at home and the boycott of the election. If that record seems to be true, then it means that the populations or registered voters of the eastern state or the defunct eastern state is 24 million. And if only 4 million or less than 4 million participated, that means that over 20 million of the people resident within this region boycotted or possibly complied with the directives of the sit at home or civil disobedience. And these are the arguments, of course, being raised by the conveners of this self-referendum. Twitter handle said, Red Toss, the gallop on the first day of Biafran self-referendum. Ahoda State is taking the early lead. looking at the state by the 14th, followed by Afanai Igodomigodo, and then Apa Kip Oro. Wow, that is quite interesting. Well, for the Biafrans, or those who believe in the cause of Biafrans, which means there are compliance to this effect. And as I made promise yesterday that I will come back to explain, of course, the update of this events for the first day. Some people responded, of course, via my channel. They said one of them, which is Chisom 1481, at Chisom 1481 said, I'm excited, big achievement for Biafran Republic government in exile. Government and Biafrans as a whole. It was eulogizing, of course, this event or program, so to say, that is still sustained, ongoing. Now, according to at Nonsochukwu Dozier said, 1975 said, it is so wonderful and very interesting. Wow. That is the submissions. And of course, that is the light at the end of the tunnel, according to Achukwu Dozier. These are submissions from different personalities who express their candidate approval and excitement over the ongoing self-referendum conducted by the Biafran government in exile. And to this end, what does that supposed to mean with the development and happenings within the Nigerian state of today? We learned that another royal majesty has been killed, has been murdered in Kwara State, and her wife also adopted by the same people who killed this king or the monarch of the Yoruba race. It is quite unfortunate that lives and property of the people within the Nigerians are no longer safe or guaranteed. Now, most communities have fled because if their kings were killed in such gruesome murder, I mean, what is left for them? Then everybody is at the risk of extinction. This could be one of the reasons why the Biafrans are conducting self-referendum, because they cannot continue to cohabit with such level of impunity, recklessness, and the killings of their supposed innocent citizens, or their the same fellow citizens are being killed at will. And you begin to ask, where is the government of Nigeria? Where is the primary responsibility of protecting life and property of the supposed Nigerian people? It is quite unfortunate that some children, school children, have been adopted. You begin to ask, those who adopted these children, don't they have children? Or they want to make ends meet to take care of their children at the detriment of other people's children? What a callous state! What an impunity! What a heinous crime this is! And it's quite unfortunate that these people are demanding for ransom, that otherwise they will slaughter and kill these children. What crime has these children committed for being a Nigerian? These are questions the government, of course, must not fail to answer, and very urgent as the case is, because we are in the state of quagmire, which demands a very urgent attention. But do you see any sincerity or commitment on the part of the government to rescue these children who are at this point at the mercy of their doctors, who are very cruel? Of course, they will be sexually harassed, molested, and assaulted. That is quite unfortunate. The trauma, if they survive, of course, might live with them for the rest of their life. This is the Nigeria we are talking about. And needless to talk about the economy, which is almost moribund. $1 to naira today is 1,550 naira per dollar. What the hell is this? A bag of cement under this current administration is 7,000 as of today, according to the reports on the national dailies. This is quite disturbing and quite frustration. That means for an average Nigerian, there's no hope of building any house, not just a bungalow, not just a room. It is quite sad. Of course, a bag of rice is heading to 70, I mean, it's heading to 80,000. It's quite unfortunate. It's within the average of 70 and 75, 76,000 as of today. What the hell is this? And where do we go from here? It is quite unfortunate. The world, the entire world, are standing in for the Biafrans over this monumental decision, and of course, to defend themselves and to decide for themselves, of course, their political future, to protect their own cultural heritage and prosperity. Our posterity will not forgive anyone who fails to take action, as the teaching time says 9. It is quite sad and very unfortunate, but one thing I have discovered about the supposed leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, or the Biafran government in this, is that he is so committed and less distracted, focused to his missions and ambitions, and that represents or reflects, of course, the doggedness, the ingenuity, and the resilience of an average Igbo man who believes and goes for whatever he believes. And of course, this is just the story. There have been several threats and disappointments or distractions coming to distract or dislodge Simon Ekpa, but he remained committed regardless of what, however odious and exacerbating. No matter the threat, of course, he has been posed with, is maintaining his composure. And today, for the Biafrans, is a new dawn. And for those who did not believe, of course, are watching the realities unfolding. Well, we will continue to bring your way this events and unbiased reportage of events as it continue to unveil. Nigerian government should stand up immediately in defense of her own people, of her own population, or supposed citizens. They can't be left at the mercy of whatever happens to them. I mean, they are being killed at will, communities being raided and invaded at will, and the culprits or perpetrators of this heinous crime are nowhere to be found. That is quite sad and quite unfortunate.